Good morning, everyone. We thank you for being today with us. Today we joined to have a e-boost training session on smart automation, how to leverage AI and automation tools to boost communication, staff recruiting, and firm management. So thank you again. I will introduce quickly the agenda of today's webinar. So the first will be the introduction of the EBOOST project. I will share some interesting opportunities. We'll show the events and future webinars that we are organizing. Then I will give the floor to Aaron Caldarella that will have a speech on road to automation, a framework for efficiency and AI adoption. He's from Aero Digital Tech company. Then we will have a presentation of use case of several AI tools presented by Eduardo Abati from Zendesk. And that will follow by a speech from Riccardo Romano from Desk Hero, so the colleague of Aaron. He will present some information on contact management automation for first and recruiting process. After that, we will finalize with a workshop with all of you. So we will have exchange on NI experience. So I hope it will be interesting and you'll receive a lot of input as a result. And of course, at the end, we will have a Q&A session. But in case you have any question during the presentation, please just leave it in the chat or raise your hand just to create like a more active interaction and to answer it quickly. So let's go on. Today, we have joined thanks to e-boost project. This is the project that started 3 years ago and states for electromobility for the recovery and internationalization of small enterprises. This project is managed by 6 clusters and from different countries. And as you can see, we cover almost all the transportation sectors from countries like France, car from Spain, Hamburg, this is in Germany, Logistic Initiative Hamburg cluster. From Netherlands, we have RAI, automotive industry, and of course from Poland by cluster logistic transportation cluster from south Poland, if I'm not wrong. Sorry for my pronunciation in Poland is not good. And lastly, but not last as importance, also DTECFER, that is the district for railway technologies, high speed and security of the networks. So I'm representative of this cluster. My name is Irina Vescu, and I'm, let's say, the dealing and I'm working on this project since its beginning. So thank you for being here. The aim of the main, let's say, objective of the project is to support European SMEs from the mobility sector to recover from the COVID. And on this aim, we within the project organized a lot of activities. We launched 15 calls in order to enhance the greater resilience of the SMEs, to facilitate their green and digital transformation, and of course to help them to have more let's say, support in internationalization process. There are some main, let's say, pillars which the e-boost is aimed. I already mentioned mostly all of them, so let's go on. Here are some indicators that we have reached so far, but there are ongoing another 2 events, so I'm sure they will be pretty high. but add just a few of them. That is that we have signed with 27 SMEs contracts and provided, let's say, lump sums for development of the products or services. So they had the opportunity to innovate thanks to EBOOST support. And partly, we also financed more than 200 companies and helped them to participate in the missions abroad we organized so far. So next slides, I will show the last one. So this is the final event that we're organizing in MISM in Zaragoza. It will be next week. So there we will meet and finance more than 60 SMEs. And they will have the opportunity to participate in 3 days event where will be site visits, B2B meetings, conference, and network dinner. So many interesting networking opportunities for the companies. So going ahead, we also organizing webinars during this month. Tomorrow there is a webinar that is focused on European Digital Hub, and we will present tomorrow the experience of Aragon Digital Hub, its main services, and he also will present a case study in the mobility sector. Except the persons who are joining, because I cannot do it from my side. Here you can find the QR code. Just check it with your phone, and you can find a direct link. Otherwise, we will share the slides with you today afternoon. So it will be tomorrow in the morning. Please join if you have time and interested in. The third similar event will be organized next week on the 20th of May. It will present new insights, and you will find new information how European Digital Hubs is working in Italy, and we will present the iMagister, the project, which have received the Seal of Excellence and is a success, let's say, digital hub. So we will share with you several services, use cases, and many financial opportunities that you can benefit of. Here's also the QR code that you can click, see, and connect. As another future big event organized by EBOOST Project is the International Business Forum. It is on internationalization in the e-mobility landscape. It will take place online on 2 days, 26th and 27th of May. So it will be a good chance to have to register at the platform, B2B matching platform. You will have the opportunity to fix the B2B meetings during the day, to participate to different webinars in 2 periods of the day in sessions. So you will have possibilities to pitch and discover new information on internationalization of Canada, USA, and Turkey. So don't lose this opportunity, because there will be, let's say, many companies that will be representing automotive sector, naval, let's say, maritime, railway, and other smart and mobility logistics sectors. So please register. And lastly, there is an event. In fact, it will be there will be 2 matchmaking events online organized on a platform on 28th of May. In the morning session, you will have the opportunity to fix B2B meetings with companies from electromobility and logistics industries, and in the afternoon with automotive and individual passenger mobility industries. So the same, you can find the links and QR codes. And last but not the least of important, this event is outside EBOOST project, but it is organized within iMagister project, in which DTechFair is partner. So this is a great opportunity because, first of all, it is linked to today's topic. It is linked to AI, artificial intelligence, and we are organizing with this iMagister project a big event, 3-day event that will take place in Italy, in Tuscany, and exactly at this very beautiful villa at the not far from the seaside. So it will be a good choice to listen from international experts and professionals to define to know last advances, challenges, and opportunities in the AI industry. Here is the 2 different QR codes. So if you are outside the Italy, just scan the second one. If you are from Italy, scan the first one, and you will find all the information, and will be asked to complete a form to be the participant. So there shortly what is foreseen for this event. So we will let's say organize there like a learning accelerator event. So you will discover, as I told, latest advancements, challenges, opportunities. In the evening, we will have a dinner. And also, we will have an award ceremony of the 11th DTechFair Railway Innovation Contest. So nevertheless, this event is linked mostly to the railway sector and mobility, of course, value chain. It's a great chance to meet a variety of companies and to enter to the sector in case you just want to be there. So there's the price of the event is only €550. And it includes, as you can see, some aperitivo, dinner, coffee breaks, and lunches. So, but you still have to book your hotel. This is inside this place. Just share, let's say, see more details just using this QR code. And so that's all from my side. I think it could be very interesting for you to join. And I propose to go on. And so I give the floor to my next speaker. This is Saren Caldarella from Hero Desk to continue and present the next topic.
Thank you, Rina. Hi, everybody. I'm really honored to be here. As you know, we'll be talking about automation and AI. So basically, quite common topic in recent times. And just share my screen, and we'll proceed. All right. So in the next 20 minutes, we'll try to have a quick overview of what happens when you decide to adopt an AI. And the theme is how to leverage it and how to leverage AI and automation tools to boost communication and efficiency. And we're talking about great boost in efficiency. So basically, we'll even be talking about some actual experience we had with companies. So I would like to start with the main theme, and the main theme about efficiency is obviously saving time. Okay, so everybody's here to use those technologies to save time, and there are plenty of reasons to be willing to save time, and it's obvious, but the more you think about it, the more important it gets. There's never enough time in every single business, in every single company, in every single working group. You'll never run out of ideas for improvement, so you will always need more time to develop them. The quicker you are in performing tasks, the better you do them, for you have more time to check, reduce error risk, to maybe improve what you're doing. You have more time for personal connections, and this is really important in an environment where personal connections are still the main factor. And you have more time to train yourself, for more time for learning, and you have a better quality of life, since you prevent stress, you prevent unnecessary drama. So basically, time saving is a key factor in success. And basically, this is why AI was developed. AI is here to perform menial tasks, the small things that really do not need so much care, but still they need to be done. AI is here to automate workflows. AI is here to process a lot of data. It can process way more data than a human brain can. And AI is here to make life simpler, avoiding you to be dependent on dozens of softwares that perform small parts of the task. AI can work through most of them. And the fun thing is that it's been developed to be a workhorse, to work for us, so that we would have more time to do something else. But then in recent years, with the latest evolutions, and we are starting, we started considering AI to perform advanced tasks. So basically, it's the opposite of what it was born for. And what is expected from AI is just to discover information, to infer, to reason, to provide responses with words or actions to the human, at least as a human. So basically a human surrogate with no needs of punctual programming. Many of the things that we will see in my presentation and in Eduardo's presentation were already feasible before without AI, but basically they needed a careful programming and a punctual structure. So you had to, create all of the patterns, create all of the possibilities, and it was a really heavy job. So AI had to do that. And at the moment, AI is a really powerful tool. You all know that. But I want to focus on one thing. It's fun, but many AI adoptions fail usually, and it's incredible. I hear about them. I see them all the time. There are many reasons because AI adoptions can fail, even if the tool is right. Why? Because basically sometimes there's been a wrong tool evaluation. So companies or work groups are investing on the wrong tool. The supplier is not experienced, so is not able to help integrate the AI into the company or work group. But most of the time, it's about the implementation plan. So basically, the implementation plan is has the goal of making the user ready to adopt AI. Sometimes I hear, okay, we were not ready, the customer was not ready, but basically it's a plan. The implementation plan is made to make the final user ready. So basically, we will be sharing our own framework that has been proven successful in recent years, and we want you to have our framework in order to guide you in case you want to adopt AI. So basically, we can give you like a checklist about how to do that properly without making the usual mistakes. All right, so today we will understand how to leverage AI, and then I'll leave the floor to Eduardo with a practical demonstration. So why pay attention to me at the moment? I'm here because I work currently as a business consultant and the creator of training materials in automation. I've been helping more than 100 managers and companies to improve efficiency. And these are the numbers. I'll just go fast on this part. I had some interesting past projects with small to large companies. So what I'll be telling you here has been proved and used continuously in last years. So, well, I mean, it's an interesting source of information, in my opinion. So if you're here, you might have experienced some of these scenarios, like high volumes of emails, like 50 to 200 emails per day, having to manage communication across multiple channels, having to perform repetitive tasks, or arranging complex conversation between multiple people, email threads. And a lot of manual procedures, manual labor. So basically, we'll be talking about these scenarios, and for the most about contact management, knowledge management. So the management of information between your work group and final users, customers, or other teams for cooperation, and internal collaboration within your team. And today, today's agenda in these 50 minutes that we have, we will debunk 3 false myths that really makes your life easier once you get them right. We will give you some of the automation features. I'll be really fast here. How to approach the adoption of AI, and a checklist to work smarter with AI tools. And then at the end, I'll have a small present for you. So let's start with the 3 myths to debunk. So the first myth is I call it the AI God. What do I mean with AI God? Sometimes AI has become so powerful that in popular opinion, it can do everything and all the time, and you can just rely on the AI 100%. And you can rely on the AI, but it's not a God. Not all AIs are the same. You can't ask any single thing to any single kind of AI. You really have to watch out what you delegate to AI and what you won't delegate to AI. So set boundaries. You need to plan handovers between AI and human. Basically, you need to create workflows between your human staff and the AI. For it's not always easy. There are some overlaps usually, and in those gray areas you can have issues. And you need to watch out for data, disconnected data, redundant data. If the AI is not working with your data sets, it just creates duplicate, it just creates redundancies. You just have a second work process workflow inside your group, and then one which resides inside of the AI, and it's not convenient at all. You have to know your AI, and I'll take the next 2 minutes to just walk through the different kinds and features of AI. I know that many of you will already know this stuff, so I'll be super quick, but in case some of you haven't got this basic information, it will help you to understand what's coming next, and it will help with Eduardo's presentation as well. So AI started with machine learning, which is a type of calculation that can observe patterns and predict the outcome, like basic games and exercise, like the games kids make at school to develop logic thinking. But I remember in the 80s it was really great to see this made by a machine, and this was the start at experimental level. But in the 2010s, it was really reborn with technology evolution to provide advanced statistical analysis and work. And AI has proven to be able to work on way more data, like millions of times more data than human brain can at the same time. So it really helps creating nice outcomes. So you can predict, you can help deliver interesting insight and reports that you can see with naked eye. It can help to follow procedures or automate actions. Then we went to the deep learning phase, quite recent, and the guys at Indigo R&D just told me this story, which was really fun. They were trying to work with supercomputers and put always more calculation power into computers. At some time, they reached a critical mass where the machine started thinking like a human. So basically, it started mimicking the human brain. So basically, that's the start of reasoning, the start of AI as we know it now. And the fun fact is that the outcome is often interesting, and we don't know where it comes from, just like a human brain. It can be magic, it can be genius, but it can just be wrong, and it's fun, and it provides some interesting uses that we'll see later. Okay, so deep learning was the base for the most advanced technologies like generative AI, and it made possible creating models and personas. So you will see in the practical demonstration what it means. Generative AI, everybody knows it, everybody uses it at the moment. So you can create new content, and it learns from existing data patterns and models, and it can generate output based on prompts. And that's the main tools that we see when we think about AI. And practical examples are writing assistants, like writing emails for us, copywriting, writing content, writing articles, summarize, like I call it secretary AI, image generation, and chatbots like human mimicking AI. And it works, it's based on a foundation models, which are trained models that rely on a huge data set of information and can be triggered to build specialized AI application. For example, a large language model is a model that eats information, eats text, and generates human language, and it's trained to predict not only the next word in a sentence like the autocomplete for text, but it can generate whole sentences, whole texts based on the inputs. So those are the main models that we'll be seeing today, and it's basically the main models that are used at the moment to have human-like interaction. And having said that, now that we just cleared it all, we will move to the telepathic AI. So this is not a thing. I just made it up for fun. But basically, the telepathic AI is an error that many people do while working with AI. So basically, they think that the AI will figure it out on its own. Just you have the AI. Well, great. You will have the result. AI will do things for you. That is not entirely true. As we said, models must be trained. And I don't know if you heard that, but it happens that some lawyers brought some cases made by AI to the court, and basically they used the basic ChatGPT, which was not trained on legal data and norms and laws. So basically they just brought in court a lot of gibberish. So basically, you really need to be careful about which kind of AI, how it was trained. And still, AI will be your most productive and naive employee. So it's a great employee, but you still have to train it. You still have to put it in a place. You still have to give it some tasks and make sure that it will perform those tasks and not other things. But the most important things of this list is that you must validate your workflows before you adopt the AI. Because if your workflows are flawed, if your workflows are logics are not good, basically you'll train your AI to be inefficient and to perform the same errors that people do. So basically, you really need to set up some boundaries before you adopt it and make a check of your logics before training the AI. And I'll say that I have two main takes of AI, and I got this from Nokia Research and R&D. You can think AI. You can think about AI for two different applications. One type of application is to provide quick and scalable answers with immediate effects. But this kind of approach is prone to error or hallucination. For if you want some really surgical answer, basically, if you don't do all of the sad things that we said before about setting boundaries, about training correctly, about placing the AI in the right place, it's prone to error and hallucination. The second type is a broader kind of implementation that can create complex models of the world. It can evaluate complex scenarios. It's hard to scale, but it's less prone to error, and it provides the safest and most interesting application in prediction and support to the human work. So just to summarize all of that we said, AI can be used to analyze data, create content, interact with humans, see, hear, so basically scan information and acquire information through image scanning or speech to text. You can use it for motion. You can use it to brainstorm and to have creative uses. And you can use it to support your reasoning patterns. But about that, I warn you about one thing: beware of complacency. So don't use AI to evaluate theories or assess quality, because actually AI is designed to give you a positive experience more than to tell you the naked truth. So basically, there's a small bias towards the user. So basically, it won't be clinically honest, and reality might just work differently. So please don't use it to validate theories. It just doesn't work for now, unless we change something into the deep building of AI. Let's debunk the third myth. So the AI is not for hire. What I mean for that, I mean that most of the people think that, okay, I have to adopt AI I just buy the license, so AI is mine, I'll work. No, buying the license is just one of the parts of the task. So basically, you have to plan the adoption of the AI carefully, and you have to monitor the implementation carefully. It takes time to get it right. It's not a thing that just works overnight. It takes trial and error. You really need to take some initiatives and try and assess it and then evolve it. And actually, I'll strongly advise you to have some serious consulting about that, because investing budget in consulting when adopting an AI is well spent money, for it saves you errors, it saves you time on the long run, and it really makes it worth it. You can really get what you're paying for. Otherwise, you might be paying really expensive AIs and get like 5 to 10% of their performance because you didn't implement it correctly. And about that, I'll just put this information here. There are different models of AI. Some of them we can call them out-of-the-box AI. Some of them we can call them custom models. So sorry for the wrong slide. Out-of-the-box models give you a quicker adoption. They are cheaper to implement. You get some pre-trained personas, and usually they are pre-trained on a specific field. So basically, you get something that can work pretty well out of the box and can mimic a role of one kind of person, employee, specialist. It's less prone to hallucinations and errors. The downside is that it can provide limited prompts, or it can have less application than a custom AI, limited interface or limited areas of training. But if you don't have really huge budgets, or if you're not so ambitious about creating the definitive AI for your company, so basically it's usually a nice investment. Custom models are on the other side. They have a slower adoption. They usually need a team of people working on it, developing the model. It's more prone to hallucination. You really have to teach AI everything. The monitoring must be really, really close. It needs more data to be trained on. For out-of-the-box models are partially pre-trained. Here you have to train it on everything. On the pro is that you have almost unlimited prompts, so you can ask it whatever you want, where and how you like, and you can implement it with a front end that you want. And you can support complex training models like different personas that switch one to the other, but it's really a different kind of work. All right. So the last thing that I'll share with you for where was at the end. To do that, you need a framework, and I'll share with you our generative analysis framework that usually performs like saving 30 to 70% of your time. I'll be super quick, but I'll tell you why. You'll have time for Q&A, and at the end, that's a spoiler. I give you my personal contact for. I really would like to get deeper in that, but we don't have time. So basically, I give you an opportunity to chat with me about that if you have specific questions about your specific situation. So I'll just be quick. The generative analysis is a pattern to prevent error. So this is a typical implementation. It's not always like that, but I'll give you this information just to have some reference. So at the first you start from use cases, and you have to collect data and assess your implementation, your goals. Then you have to check your workflows, as I said. So check the efficiency of your workflows, select the actors, the choke points of your workflows, decide the channel coverage, and decide the intent of automation that you have. So what you want to automate, to what extent. Then you can work on data flows. Once you have your data flows and you have designed how it works, how the exchange of information will work between human and AI, then you can train your staff, you can train your model, and you can draw some clear procedures that can help with adoption of new strategies. Then you can work on the tool, and you can put the tool to work. So you will start with simulations, check the consistency of your automations. Then you can give the green light to go in production. And then you enter the optimization phase, where you're in production, and you start to check the KPIs, the reporting, you evaluate the performance, and there you can do the tweaking of the small details that can basically give you the best scenario. And to do that, you're from Italy, so we call it the 5 seasonings pizza. So basically, it's a diagram that covers the main areas. You need to work on data analysis, strategy, training, tools and technologies, and workflow optimization. So I'll just skip this. I'll send you the slides at the end. But basically, these are the main areas where you want to act if you want to adopt some automation and some AI. And well, basically, it's the 5 areas that you saw in the first diagram. I just broke down the different angles and aspects for you, so you can basically have a checklist of things you need to take care of. And to support that, since it's basically a quite complex task all around, I give you a table of 20 questions, like the rules, the commandments that help us keep the route while we're doing an implementation. For if we break down an implementation flowchart, this is an example for a customer, it becomes a bit messy. You know, if you want to put on paper everything, all of the settings in the last slides. So I give you a list of 20 questions that you can ask yourself to keep en route and to perform a great implementation. So can I collect the data without hindering the operations and slowing down the operation? You don't want to implement a tool by breaking down your efficiency while you implement it. Did I map all the existing touch points? Did I identify all bottlenecks and inefficiencies? Am I planning to automate everything in my power? Don't be shy on automation. It's always better to automate things that you can automate. Did I map the workflows correctly? How can I reduce messaging volumes? Can I prevent message and exchange of information which are not needed? Is data consistent in my ecosystem? Did I create duplicates, siloed information? Am I providing a consistent user experience across all channels? How am I monitoring the final user satisfaction? Am I doing that? And can I leverage the final user's positive experience? For if they have a great experience, you can leverage it to make your work better, to make your work group, your company work better. Is my communication consistent between human and AI, both inside your team and with the final user? Am I using collaboration tools with my team? For if you use them, you need to take care of that while implementing AI. Otherwise, you're just branching out and your workflows will be completely separated and complex. Do I need to streamline the collaboration between my team and external teams? It's important. You need to take care of that and be sure about how to do that with your new technologies. How can I anticipate the issues instead of resolving them? Am I enabling my team to profit from the new technology? Is the final user profiting from the AI tools we have? Am I gathering enough information regarding the needs of my users? Am I using AI for better data-driven decisions? How often will the AI model become obsolete? And how often and how do I plan to retrain my AI model? Those are questions that you need to ask before you start implementing an AI in order to avoid the error and the problems that I highlighted before. All right, so we're at the end. And as I already told you before, I spoiled it before, I have a present for you. Each of the work group which are present today to this meeting can ask me for one in-depth call to just assess, dig deeper into your specific scenarios, and maybe perform questions, maybe assess a little bit deeper how you are planning or how you're already adopting AI. I'll give you mark down my personal contacts, and maybe I'll make sure that you get this presentation as well, so you can we can arrange it and we can maybe exchange some interesting ideas. And I'm available in the Q&A to answer the most important questions. So then I'll leave the floor to Eduardo, and just a quick presentation. Basically, Eduardo works for Zendesk, which is one of the greatest companies that I know that takes care of automation. As you see behind, I myself love Zendesk, and I've been working with Zendesk platform for years. And Zendesk is a platform which is a broad platform. It's a suite. It's a ticketing system like the Freshdesk, Jira, and Salesforce Service Cloud. It includes VoIP telephone system like Viber, RingCentral. It has a CRM part like Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoho. So basically, it's a tool that made to make communication easier on all of the main aspects with interaction and service. So now you'll just see a practical use of the theoretical things that I've been talking about. So sorry for being some minutes late. That's all.
Thank you, Aaron. That was a great introduction to AI and debunking some myths. I will go ahead and share my screen. As Aaron was saying, I'm a solutions consultant at Zendesk, and in this short demo session, I will walk you through how you can boost service and communication efficiency with automations and AI. Before diving in, though, we need to take a quick step back and ask ourselves, how do organizations typically deliver service today? Because broadly speaking, there are two common approaches. Some organizations, they rely still on shared mailboxes to manage service requests. It's simple and familiar, but it comes with a number of limitations that we will see. Others operate through purpose-built ticketing systems, usually SaaS platforms. Today, we will focus on the second approach, and for good reasons. Let's be clear, shared mailboxes, they make sense in the early stages. They are easy to set up, don't usually bear extra costs, and feel familiar to teams that are already working on email. But they aren't really built for modern service operations because they lack, for example, ownership. So it's not clear who's working on what, which leads to confusion, and many times it also leads to duplicate replies to users and requesters. There is no SLA tracking or prioritization, so all emails, they look the same, making it hard to focus on what's urgent. There is poor visibility, so you cannot really see customer history or the full context of previous interactions. They lack collaboration tools. The only thing you can do really is to forward emails. It's not easy to escalate an issue or to work collaboratively. It just becomes clunky. And the list goes on, right? There is a lot of manual tasks to do that are error-prone because every time you put a human into the mix, you open a room for mistakes. For example, tagging, assigning, and categorizing requests, they all require human effort. And last but not least, there is lack of reporting and insights, so you cannot really improve what you cannot measure. Ticketing platforms, they are designed to solve all of these issues, and they provide, for example, full visibility across channels because every request is tracked as a ticket. I will not spend too much time on this list because I want to show you in action. So to bring all of this to life, I will walk you through a real case example of how a service request is captured, processed, and resolved efficiently using a ticketing platform. What you're seeing now is a list of tickets that I have in my own ticketing environment. I will explain how this one is structured in a second. Before we do that, I will create actually a ticket. A ticket can come in from a number of channels. It could be email, it could be WhatsApp, an SMS, it could be a Facebook message. You get the point. In this case, what we're going to do is that we are going to pretend that we are Giovanni, a member of the DITEC Fair cluster that is one of the e-boost clusters. And Giovanni is reaching out for help because although he signed up for an event, like today's event, for example, he never received the invitation. Okay, it's an easy request. So what I will do is that I will switch over to my to Giovanni's mailbox, and I will send a message. The message will come in a language that is not English, and this will give us a nice example to work with. So don't worry if you don't get what I'm sharing here. Basically, Giovanni is complaining that he hasn't received the invite to the event. So what I will do now is that I will send the email. And from the point of view of Giovanni, what we have done is that we have just sent an email, or we have sent a WhatsApp number, okay, a WhatsApp message, sorry. We haven't really gone on Zendesk or a ticketing platform to open that. And that's one of the things that ticketing platforms make easy. They help you as an organization to aggregate all of the requests into one single workspace. All right, so what we have here now compared to before is that we just received the request from Giovanni. Notice how all the requests are nicely structured, and for all of them, we have an identifier that is like a growing number. We have their status, and to give you a very quick introduction, a new ticket is something that recently came in and where no one has taken any action. An open ticket is a service request where we have provided an answer and the customer has gotten back, and now the ball is back in our courtyard. So we need to issue a new reply to the customer. And lastly, there is also a pending status. That means that we have actually replied to the user, to the cluster member, for example, and we are waiting for them to give us more information or to actually confirm that we have solved the issue. A ticket may contain other attributes. For example, the language. In this case, we have, as you can see, we have a bunch of languages, a bunch of tickets in different languages. The language is recognized using AI. So I can use this as a trigger or as a condition, for example, to automatically assign all the German tickets to a member of my team that is actually specialized in German because they do speak the language. But attributes can go beyond that. For example, we can group requests by the EU cluster zone that the request belongs to, the cluster vertical, so on and so forth. All of these attributes, they're customizable, and they are detected using AI and give you a building block for doing smart assignments of requests. One of the things we were mentioning before about emails is that it's very difficult to do SLAs, to implement SLAs. SLAs, they are service level agreements, and they refer to some targets of service that you decide to live up to. For example, I promise to get back with a first reply within 24 hours. And I promise to resolve the issue completely within 72 hours. Every organization has different targets. The important thing here is that that's immediately visible. For example, we can see that for most of the requests, we still have some time left before we need to actually take action. But we have one case in which we are very much behind schedule. So as an organization, what I can do is that I can prioritize the request for which I am actually breaching the SLA, or I can automatically assign to my next available agent, for example. All of these tickets in this list, they share specific conditions, okay? For example, in this case, we are accessing a list of tickets that are unsolved. So in this case, we will never see in this list solved tickets. And this gives me a way to introduce you to the concept of views. Views, they're very important because they allow you to segment tickets into, you can think of them as different folders. For example, I can have a view that focuses on tickets coming from a specific channel, or tickets that all of which have reached our SLA policy, or segment them by status. That is to say, I can organize my work in a way that my agents know what to focus on. And last point before we dive into actually the ticket that we opened is that you see these eye icons. This means that someone else is already working on that ticket. So compared to a traditional mailbox, I don't risk opening and working on a ticket that someone else is already working on. That's immediately visible. Now, we're going to open actually the request that came in from Giovanni. And as you can see, there is a bunch of information that is immediately available to me as an agent. First of all, if I zoom in, you can see that the platform has recognized the intent of the requester, of Giovanni. So The intent is the reason why a user is contacting us. In this case, they're requesting a new invitation link. This is determined using library of AI intents that is customizable. So there is a huge library that you can tap into that doesn't need any training. And if you have a specific contact reason that might not be universally available because it doesn't make sense for that to be universally available, you can define your own and it's immediately on, okay? You don't need to spend weeks or months of training time to make that available. I also have some information about the sentiment of the user. In this case, it says neutral, and we're going to see how that develops over time. And I have a tool to translate the ticket. In this case, the ticket came in Italian, and I will. Oops, I think. Sorry, I was not sharing the screen.
We lost the presentation.
Okay, but it was right now, right?
No,
it
yes,
was,
yeah. It's okay,
okay, super.
now.
Okay, super. So what I can do here is that I can translate the ticket to the language that I'm working on. So I don't speak Italian, so I would probably translate that to English for the purpose of working on that ticket. And I can also use AI to get a summary of the request. So imagine that a member is forwarding you a long thread of email, or is just writing you a very long message. What you can do is that you can tap into AI to get a summary out of that. And you don't need to copy paste the entire message in another tool. You just click on the button that is tailored to do exactly that. And this gives me a nice summary saying that this particular member has not received the invitation. And basically, this is the case that we introduced before. Okay. The summary will update as I work on the ticket or as another agent works on the ticket. We also mentioned before that in shared mailboxes is very difficult to have visibility of whether we're working on a request that has a duplicate or not. It's very common that people like Giovanni will send you maybe 2 emails asking for the same thing. Reason for which what the platform does, and you can see here it highlighted in red, is that it's going to notify the agent working on a ticket of whether potentially there is a duplicate here. So here, what I get recommended is that be careful because the same person, Giovanni, opened up already a ticket a couple of days ago asking the same thing. So what you might want to do, instead of working on both of them, or instead of having multiple agents working on them unknowingly, you can decide to merge the 2 requests. So I can, as an agent, I can decide to merge the 2. Typically, we're not going to take big actions autonomously. For example, merging requests can lead into requests being merged by mistake because maybe they're actually not the same. So for certain things, we always leave the final decision up to a human. So there is always a human supervision in the loop. So far, we haven't actually worked on a ticket yet, but we're going to do that in a second. And I just wanted to also show you that the ticket has already been assigned to myself in this case, and it has been assigned to a specific group, support group in this environment. That can be done via certain rules and automation. We call them automation rules. Basically, depending on the attributes on the ticket, you can route the request to the best suited group to actually solve that. In this case, that's going to be myself. All right, so what I'm going to do is that this particular request is not uncommon. So it happens that sometimes users complain that they haven't received the invite. So instead of replying manually to Giovanni, like, hi, Giovanni, for example, can you check your spam inbox and see if it's there? What I have here is that I have a shortcut replies that I have already saved. Okay, and the shortcut reply is what we call a micro reply. Allows agent to quickly draft a message without actually writing it manually. And the beauty of that is that although this is a template, some part of the message will be populated with the information about the specific request. In this case, the name of the recipient of the message has been replaced with Giovanni because that's the person that we are speaking to. In another ticket, the same macro will result in a different name, obviously, because the person that we're dealing with is different. Notice also how this template is changing the status of the ticket to pending. And that's because the moment that we send this, we're actually waiting for Giovanni to confirm that it's not there, okay? So at the moment, there is nothing else we need to do. And if you go back to the list of tickets, we see that this one has been correctly moved into a pending status. Now let's go back to being Giovanni. We are going to see a reply to our message, right? And what we are going to do is say that is not actually in my spam inbox. Okay, I'm going to write that very quickly manually. Whenever a user gets back to us, this one is going to, you can imagine, is going to reopen the ticket. So in a moment, this ticket that is set to pending is going to put back into the list of open tickets. There we go. It just happened. It means that now it's waiting for us to get back one more time. So allegedly, this person has not actually received the invite. So what I might wonder is, all right, so can it be that maybe this person signed up a bit too late for the event? I'm just making it up. The event that they signed up for is the Members Connect event. So what I might wonder here is, when was the deadline for signing up for that particular event? So instead of going around in Google and trying to find that into a different point of truth, what I can do is that I can consult the knowledge. And the knowledge allows an agent to research information using generative AI. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to ask the AI what was the sign-up deadline for this particular event. And what happens is that I get a recommendation using generative AI of what I asked, and I can copy that into the reply from Giovanni. This one comes in Italian, as it's something that, as that's the language of the requester, otherwise it would come in a different language. So what we're going to do is that we're going to copy that information right into our message. And obviously, this message is, imagine that we copy just like this. I want to show you some other nifty tool, in my opinion, is that sometimes for the sake of being fast, we just draft a quick message, and it takes time and energy to make it into something that is a bit more professional. And with Zendesk, for example, what we have is rewriting tools. So you can use them to rewrite your drafted answer in a more professional way. That's what Expand does. You can simplify that if you tend to write a bit too much, or you can prompt the AI to do something specific. Okay. So what I'm going to do, for example, here is to expand it. And notice how this one is going to address Giovanni, so the customer, by name, and rewrite a little bit the answer. Basically, I will translate this one for you. What we're saying here is that the deadline for signing up was May the 13th. So we can say, did you sign up before then? And what we are going to do is that we're going to rewrite the answer with a custom prompt that could be as simple as translate to Italian, for example. Or maybe suggest a particular service, suggest another event, that kind of stuff. Oops, what happened? Okay. Okay, so that one is not available right now. Let me go back to that in a second. I'm going to submit this new message as to Giovanni. We are going to make it very complicated now. We're going to say that Giovanni actually has signed up before that date. So if we go back to being Giovanni, we have received a new message. and you sign up before then, we're going to say okay, we're going to say just that we have signed up before that date. So we definitely should be on the list of users that have received an invite. When the issue becomes too difficult, we have done our triage. We have tried to solve it as a first line of support. What we might end up doing is that we might have to involve a different person. So we might have to work collaboratively with another user. And so what I'm going to do in this case is that instead of forwarding this as an email to another colleague, which is what I would typically do in a shared mailbox setup, I can switch my messages into an internal note. An internal note is a comment that lives on the ticket, but is not visible to the requester. So whatever I write here is not going to be visible to Giovanni. For example, what I might want to do is I might want to tag another agent and ask it, for example, can you check this registration because it seems that something went wrong with this particular member. So I can tag another colleague directly on the ticket, and they can jump back and work on this ticket together with me. So I will switch over to being Bob. In this case, that is the person that was tagged. And as you can see in the top left corner, we have a pop-up notification that Bob is actually viewing this request. So I have increased visibility into who is working on this request with me. Now, for the sake of being fast, you cannot see it, but Bob is going to say that it actually has manually added that user to the database for that event, and that is, it has issued a new confirmation email. All right, so our last step is that we want to notify Giovanni, actually, that they should have received an email. So we're going to draft a message. Can you check your inbox? You received the confirmation email. We have added you manually. Obviously, Giovanni is Italian, so what we're going to do is that we're going to expand this so it becomes a bit more professional, as you can see, and we are going to translate the message to Italian. Okay, so that we can send it over to Giovanni. There we go. So now we have a nice and professional confirmation written in the local language of the user that suggests to check the email because now they should have received it. We send this appending, and finally, for the sake of obviously of a demo, we go back to being Giovanni, and we're gonna say that definitely now we have received that, so that we are happy that we are signed up for that event. All right, so I'm going to reply and say, let's see, yes, we have received it. Okay. And thank you very much. Okay, so the mood is cheerful. I made a small typo, but it doesn't really matter. And something that also can be done with AI is that notice how the mood at the end of the support thread is very different from the mood at the beginning of the thread. In this case, the customer is a bit happier than at the beginning, so the mood, the sentiment of the ticket was changed to positive. So you can use this, for example, typically it's used when the sentiment degrades to negative. You might want to automatically trigger a notification or an escalation to a manager or to a supervisor. In this case, the mood changed to positive. So other than patting the agent on the back, there is pretty no action to be taken. We can finally mark this request as resolved. All right. I want to wrap up this demo with a few things. You might have noticed that throughout the resolution of the ticket, there were some pieces of text highlighted in this reddish color. These are recommendations also running on AI on information to redact. Obviously, we want to be compliant. So for the purpose of working on the ticket, we might want to preserve some information, but after we have resolved the ticket, we might want, for example, to strip all the personal identifiable information, such as emails, names, and so on. With Zendesk, I can do that manually. So, for example, I can redact an email. I can redact multiple information at once, or I can automate these. So, for example, I can put in place a rule that says, as soon as a ticket is resolved, make sure that all the PII information is actually stripped, redacted from the ticket. Once it's redacted, obviously, it's not possible to retrieve it anymore. So this needs to be done after we are sure that we have solved the issue, because otherwise it might be problematic that the customer gets back and say, actually, that didn't help. But it gives you another layer of control, another AI-based tool that is purpose-built for a specific task that matters in service management. Okay, so that being said, I hope this very quick intro was helpful. Obviously, we can dive into specific features a bit more in detail in a future session. I will pass it over to Riccardo for the content management part. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eduardo. Yes. Just before going ahead, I had a question to you. As I observed that when you proceed in this way using this ticketing, let's say, model, this person Giovanni receives this reply in the topic of the email, ticket number, and so on. So he somehow understands that ticket his request was included in the ticket numbering, let's say, right?
Yeah, so that's something actually that is customizable. So right now what you're seeing is that the user gets a localized message saying that there is a new reply to your case request. You can rename and customize it as you want, but it's good practice that as soon as I send, for example, as requester, as soon as I send a message from email, from WhatsApp, whatever, I get some kind of feedback, immediate feedback that a case was opened or a ticket is opened, and someone is looking into that. Okay, it's not mandatory, but it's a good practice, and obviously this ticket ID matches then our request ID on the ticketing platform side. Yeah, I hope this is what we were asking.
Yeah. Is it possible to shadow for the sender this number? I mean, it to be only for the internal use?
Yeah, it's possible to not communicate it at all to the user. So it's invisible to the user, but in the back office, obviously everything is cataloged. So we can refer to a specific request when we talk about it with a colleague, or we can run some reporting automation based on those ideas. It doesn't have to be something that's communicated back to the user.
Okay, it's clear. Thank you.
If to jump in the dozens of implementations that we made in companies for those kind of ticketing systems, let's say that 40 to 50% of them do not want to send anything, so they just erase the automation that sends this auto reply, while the others want to customize it and make it as friendly as possible. So it's just a matter of how you want to communicate with your final user.
Exactly. That's great. Sorry for being a little bit over time, but Riccardo, I will pass it over to you now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Eduardo. So we are a little bit late. I try to be much faster as I possible. So let me share my screen. Let's see. Let's see here. I hope it's allow. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you. So that's thank you for being here. I'm very honored to be here with you all. So we are talking about contact management automations. So optimizing staff recruitment workflows and the management of trade fair interactions. So the main point is stop wasting your precious time. So I'll be quite fast on this because my business partner Aaron already cited them. So time saving, it allows to do a lot of stuff because there's never enough time. And with automations, you can be quicker, be better, reduce error risks. You have more time for your personal connection, more time for learning, your personal learning. You have a better quality of working life. So these are the main reasons you want to automate your business, and the contact automation system is for doing that. The scenarios are two, so trade fairs and staff recruiting. There are lots of things in common. That's why we are joining these topics as for smart management. And let me do some questions about this scenario. So have you ever returned from a trade fair with a mountain of business cards and felt overwhelmed? And about the staff recruitment, how much valuable time do you dedicate to manually entering candidate data? So my goal for today is that I will show you how to automate these processing, freeing up your time and for more strategic and profitable activities. And I will give you actionable points you can use just by yourself. So today agenda is the actual situation most companies are in. Then we are seeing the 4+1 killers of a modern business, the 6 main advantages of having your custom system, and then number 1 pillar for your contact automation management system, a powerful checklist to start immediately to implement, and at the last surprise for you all. But first, let me briefly introduce myself. I am Riccardo Romano. I have 3 different online businesses. I have trained hundreds of people with online and in-person courses. I work in business coaching, and I am an expert in customer experience, in automation marketing, online marketing, and communication. I collaborated with dozens of companies, improving their sales and the pre-sales and the after-sales processes. Already forming online business back into 2015. These are things I've done, for instance, with SEMrush, a very big company about SEO optimization. My work with them is still on their website. And back in 2014, my marketing strategies allowed me to dominate the first page of Google search results. So these are just proof of what I've done, and that's it. So dozens of testimonials for certified customers. These are some pictures of them, and some past projects that are in common with Aaron, because it's actually in Desk Hero. So the challenge of contact management. Let's see what is the start. The start is that for contact management, we are facing trade fairs and staff recruiting. They are arriving in different ways because the start is different, but the management of the contacts is more or less the same. So these have lots of things in common that we can see that later. So that's why what I say, it mainly applies to both situations. So let's see the problems, because I think that normally managers and companies have these problems. So basically, they are doing things manually. There is a lot of mess with the information. It takes a lot of time to get everything organized. like copying data, reading business card, recalling data, reading CSVs, etc. There is a lot of time to manage because you want to make connections, you want to have appointments with your possible clients, so making phone calls, scheduling appointments, etc. Not remembering who you had spoken with, especially after a trade fair, because it's my personal experience that you speak with some crazy crowd, so you don't remember who you have spoken with. So understanding if the investment made has a positive impact is quite difficult in more occasions, and not having the data available due to event organizer errors, that's one of the problems some of companies that were with me to an event has faced, because there was error. So they lost mainly contacts because they allowed the system of the event organizer to manage all the things, but there were errors. So fortunately, at the time, I already had my personal system, so I didn't not face this problem. So what you can do, let's see what you can do, but above all, let's see what not to do. So let's see the 4 main killers that almost every company does. So the killer number 1 is sweet paper candies. Let's see, imagine the scene. The booth is crowded, the energy is high, and you exchange a multitude of business cards. And these end up in pockets, bags, boxes, whatever you want, without any specific orders. So what will happen when you come back home? At the end of the fair, you find yourself with this bunch of paper, so maybe accompanied with difficult to decipher notes taken during busy conversation, you know? So guess what? Why I know this very, very well, because we made exactly the same error. So we participated in dozens of trade fairs, and this is exactly what used to happen to us before starting to managing contact smartly. So dozens of business cards scattered everywhere, difficulty remembering what we had said to whom, also difficulty in associating faces with people. After a certain number of prospects met, everything becomes very, very blurry. And then everything needs to be transcribed. You have to keep track of who you called and who you don't have. So you're tired, you make a transcription error, and maybe you're already thrown away the business card. It happens. So this is the picture of the situation. And let's see what is the smart way. The smart way we'll see in a moment, when I tell you about the first pillar you need to know. So you don't want to waste your time. So let's face it like a journey, you know. You choose your destination, then you choose what to do during your journey, and the main point. So you need to think first to what you want them, so the context to have. Think to what you want to happen with after some actions about them, and organize everything in an automatic way. This is the big picture. So that killer number 2 is the MIM method, that stands for the Make It Manually method. And imagine that when at home to manually transfer data from the business cards to your spreadsheet or CRM system. This is a very tedious process, so it's highly prone to human error, because you can have wrong phone numbers, misspelled names, incorrect emails, and all of these inaccuracies inevitably leads to lost opportunities and failed communication. So furthermore, important notes that are specific for the specific conversation maybe are for the wrong contact, or you don't have the contact interest. So that's a really bummer. So the big problem is that every error in contact information leads to a waste of money. For instance, let's do some math. These are actually real numbers from personal experience. So let's say you have an investment from a trade fair that goes from about 5K to 100,000 euros. Let's say 10,000 euros spent for a medium-low event. And let's say you contacted 40 businesses, 40 people, 40 companies. Each one you can't contact for an error is 250 euros. So every error is very, very, very costly. So you want to reduce the possibility of such errors, and there are different solutions. You can use, for instance, badge scanners, mobile apps, CRM integrations. But if you want to know the best, well, it depends on a lot of factors. Too many to talk about them here. However, I'll present you one of the solutions we personally adopted in a moment. The killer number 3 is the infinite line. Let's recall a little bit the geometry we studied in school. So a line, by definition, is infinitely long. On the contrary, a segment that you can see below is a portion of line that is delimited by 2 points. So what the business likes, the business likes segments because they are well-defined, so you can put in well-defined groups people based on your own criteria. So this leads to the things that is called segmentation, that has 5 main key points. You can have more personalized and relevant communications, so sending specific and targeted messages to groups with similar characteristics, interests, and needs, increase the likelihood that this message will be opened, read, or well received, and improve much more the engagement, and maybe also reducing the risk of being perceived as a spam. Then the second point is the improved marketing effectiveness, because sending the right messaging to the right people, it means that your marketing campaigns are more and more effective. You can personalize the offer, the tone of voice, and the content based on the segment you have met. Resources optimization is the third, that because it focusing the efforts and budgets, your efforts and budgets on the most promising segments, or those that require specific approach, you can optimize the use of resources, so time, money, personal, so you can avoid wasting energy on generic communication to an interested audience. The fourth is better understanding of the audience. You can identify trends, specific needs, preferences, and different behaviors among the various groups. The fifth is building stronger relationship, because personalized and relevant communication demonstrates that you understand the needs of your contacts and take care about them offering value. So this builds stronger and more lasting relationship over time, increasing obviously the customer loyalty and their potential to become brand advocates. So the solution is a system to decide what are the relevant information you need, how to organize the information, what to do based on the information you got, what tools you need, and what information to track. The killer number 4, that is specific for the recruitment, I called it the magic doc. And the magic doc, guess what is? Is the CV, because CVs gives you lots of problems. High volumes and varied formats make processing inefficient. Manual data extraction is time-consuming and error-prone. Ensuring consistent and fair evaluation is challenging. Communication and acknowledgement can become overwhelming, and last but not least, candidate experience can be negatively impacted by poor messaging process. So my personal suggestion is, if possible, obviously, is don't ask for CVs. Instead, use a custom system to select only the right talents to speak with. I give you an example in a moment. The advantages of this system is that you own your data, you decide the entire process, you can filter candidates however you want, you assign the candidate to the current state in the process, and you can check and modify the automation process on the fly. Finally, you have the freedom to choose the right tools. We have arrived to the bonus killer that I call the shiny tool, and this is a killer for a lot of companies out there, because they think that it's always about the tools, the software. So guess what? It's never a matter of tool, a matter of software. Instead, it's about strategies, organization, and custom choices. So let's see the pillar number one. The number one thing that you want to do is that strategic automation protocol. So, the hero of the strategic automation protocol is how to create your contact automation management system and save up to 70% of your time. So let's see a graphic representation of this protocol. And these are in circular position because they are not subsequent. So all these steps can be done based on the situation. So, for instance, the first part, that is the first part is the goals and processes analysis. Oh, sorry about that. Then the workflow design, tool evaluations, system integration, because these two, for instance, are done after you understand your goals, your analysis, you know what you want, and automated workflows implementation, personalized automated communications. These, for instance, are they can be done exactly in parallel with the workflow design, but it depends on the customer needs. Then the result tracking and analysis, and then the team training. This is our protocol. So what are the key benefits of the automation and this kind of protocol? You save time and resources. There is a lot of reduction of human errors. You improve data quality, because without errors, the data is better, and also you can organize previously the data you really need, that are really important for you. There is faster and more effective for follow-up, and the follow-up is one of the main issues about both trade fairs and the candidate, because the more faster you are, the more effective it's your communication. Better segmentation and personalization of communication, we already said so that, and more efficient and faster recruiting process, and improved collaboration between teams like marketing, sales, HR, etc. What are the results of this kind of process? Let's see this automation. This is a scheme of an entire automation system for contact. So you can, for instance, start from an online form that leads to the management. So if there is or not the purchase, welcome sequence, the management of the data, the reminding. So these are quite complex automation. So I only just put some images about them. And in this automation, you can obviously automate message from I don't know, telephone numbers, SMS, WhatsApp messages, social, and you choose, obviously. So other stuff, for instance, about the recruitment. This is the recruiting automation example we personally used. Obviously, this is the schematic part. All of these stages are automated and are specific for a specific part of your recruiting process. So these are the result of a study of what you need from your talents, for instance. And this is the just one on the left of the automation made for each and every stage that you can see here. These are our personal results from one of our recruiting process. We had in the first month 539 candidates applied. You can see here. 29 shortlisted candidates, 25 interviews done, and 8 talents recruited. So this was done without wasting time, because we automated everything we needed. So now let's see. We promised the actionable items. So finally, we have arrived to them. So this is the pillar number 2, the 24 magic questions. You can use these questions to just start by yourself to understand what are your needs, and starting the automation, the contact automation process. So let's see one by one. What are my specific goals for automating contact management? What are my current contact management processes? What are the main points or efficiencies in my current processes? So these are the actual situation. Which repetitive tasks can be automated? How will I measure the success of automation? What tools are available for contact management automations? Which tools best suit my needs and budget? Which tools integrate with each other? Do I need a system that handles both trade show and recruiting contacts? The data, then let's see the data and segmentation part. What data do I need to collect from my contacts? How will I segment my contacts? What criteria will I use for automatic segmentation? How will I use the collected data to personalize communications, for instance? Please take a screenshot of these, because they are very important. So which workflow do I need to automate? What actions should be performed automatically based on specific triggers? How will I personalize automatic communications? How will I keep communications relevant and engaging? And this is the part about workloads and communications. The part about team and training, for instance, is my team ready to use the new automated tools and processes? What training does my team need? Then there is the implementation part. How will I implement the automation? Will I start with a gradual approach or automate everything at once? How will I monitor the performance of my automated workflows? How will I keep the system up to date? What is my budget for contact management automation? So answering these 24 questions here is basically the best you can do before starting to automate your processes. And as promised as well, a little surprise for you, as done by Aaron. So I offer you a free in-depth call for each and every one of the work group. So it's one call to dig deeper in your specific scenarios. These are my personal contacts, Ricardo at deskhero.com, and this is my WhatsApp number, so you can contact me as well here. So thank you for your attention. I switched to Irina, I think. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Ricardo. It was interesting to know that there are also some tools that can allow us to manage in a very smart and a better way participation in FIRST and staff recruiting. I just have a very short question to you.
Yeah.
So, for instance, in case of staff recruiting, so you are, I suppose you provide some specific, let's say, characteristics of the person you want to engage. And once you receive CVs, the AI select the content, I mean, the keywords or the content of the CV, and let's say create some kind of graduatory, like leveling of all CVs, like structuring them according to the best, from the best to the lower, let's say, rate candidate, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. There are tools out there that can doing just that. But my suggestion is to avoid this kind of situation, because there are different systems to find the best talent for your specific need, because it's all about complexity. You know, I like things to be simple as I can, and using those kind of systems based on the AI, whatever. First of all, they are not. I don't think that they are without error, so they are error-free, and is quite complex to manage all those, and you need to integrate them with the other system you have. So before doing that, and I suggested to using CVs only if there is specific needs. I don't know what they could be, but there are simpler systems to do that. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, thank you. I don't see any other question. In case somebody wants to have any question, please just raise your hands or switch on your mic and ask. Okay, so if no question. So I remind that I will share after the session all the presentations, so you have the contacts of today's speakers, and we'll have the possibility to get in touch directly with them. Now we are going to the next, let's say, phase of our presentation, that is workshop, and so I propose you to proceed at the beginning in the following way. I invite you to scan this QR code that you can see on your screenshot on your screen, and go click insert that code that you see in order to start an interaction of an answer to several free questions. So we are very curious to discover what are you, how are you using them. So as I see one question, one answer already received, so you can see it, right? Please confirm me. Somebody, Aaron, do
Sorry, Rina?
I mean, yeah, I just want to ask you if you already have access. Okay, that's good. I see some results.
All right. Just
so the first question is: have you ever used an NI tool in your cluster work? And here we have some answers. Yes, I use it often. Yes, I use it sometimes. No, I don't use it at all. And the last answer is, of course, not. What is the AI tool? So I suppose there are some people that still don't know that it exists. I believe that they're not among us. So, we have 4 votes. Let's wait a couple minutes so we 12 people. Okay, more or less all stays yes. And one answer no. In case you have difficulty, please tell us. Okay, let's wait 1 minute more. Okay, one vote, one additional vote. Okay, so we have 7 votes. So I can maybe share, present. I will share my screen to show you what are the results. It's very interesting. How do you see it?
Yes.
So the biggest answer is yes, I use it sometimes and it's very good. So I then it's not so bad. Let's say we have more than 60%, and 25. Yes, I use it often. So it's like 1/4 of the total all participants. So I think it's a good result. Let's go to the second question. This is what for what purpose are you using AI tool in the cluster? And here we have more answers. Communication, translation, data analysis, content writing, staff recruiting, marketing, events and fair management, knowledge sharing and project work, and maybe other purposes you are using it. So let's see. What do you think? And if I'm not wrong, you can select more than one. Next.
I don't know if it's me which is not able to use it, but I still get the first question, so I can't.
Oh, really? Sorry. Now it should work. Okay, sorry.
All right, I got it now.
Thank you for for telling me. So this is the question. I'm pretty sure
just one answer, so it's not
you can choose more than one. Yes,
or,
more as many as you prefer.
Now we can only choose one answer.
Oh, really? Then it should be multiple choice. I don't know why. No. Should be multiple choice. Okay, then insert, if you can do it for more, then select the most used, let's say, AI tool in your cluster work. Also, we can see the biggest share is for content writing, communication, and the translation, other purposes. I'm quite curious how other purpose, what for? To discover who answered. It could be nice to discover afterwards what exactly, for what purpose are you using. Okay, so I see here 8 votes already done. So I think we can already assess. So here we have more than 44% for content writing, communication 22%, like 1/4, and less for translation and marketing. And of course, one answer was for other purpose. Quite interesting. So, and the last question I invite you to answer, very easy. Do you advise or train staff or your colleagues in your cluster to use these AI tools? Yes or not? For instance, I can give an example. You discover a very exciting tool that allows you to do something, and you just go to your office and share share the knowledge about it with your colleagues, and or ask them to if they how they find it useful or not to be used, for instance, in a webinar or in any kind of activity. I see 100%. It's good. It's good to know. So we have 8 votes. I think we can finish it. So it's a good let's say result that you share it and thus you ease your work in the cluster. So thank you very much for this insights. I will move to the presentation now, so we can go on. And now I will ask you to if you can switch off your camera. Just we have 10 minutes, or maybe you can stay more, 15, just to have a short interaction and exchange of your, let's say, experience on this. I will share with you these slides just very quickly. Okay, this one. So I would like to ask you to present very quickly. Who are you? From what cluster are you coming? Let's say in 1 minute, and to answer. If to some of these questions that you can see on the screen. So if which AI tools are you already using, how they help you, and how often do you use, and so on. So if you can give let's say in 1-2 minutes this kind of information, and maybe have an advice what you use a lot, and it's very exciting to use and to share it with us. Okay, who wants to start? Okay, maybe I will start and present. My name is Irina Vescu. I'm from Ditekfer. I'm from Italy. So I'm not a very let's say often user with AI tools, but I'm trying to do my best and to find some time to know more. Each day they become more and more evolved. So I just named some of them which I am using. Like, for instance, I use everyday ChatGPT for a lot of things, not only for work, but even for my own life. I'm using sometimes Midjourney for creation of images that I'm using both for webinars, let's say banners or other events, or even by my own life. I use also Miro. This is a tool that allows to share on with all the participants the screen and work on. Like, I was planned to do it today with you, but we have not so much time. And that, for instance, I thought to be nice to work on and share your inputs on 3 areas on practical AI tools, to indicate what AI tools are you using, to think about the various challenges that we have, and to maybe indicate ideas for future use of AI tools that you discovered today, or I may think about. So this was the idea, and I thought to use the the mirror or whiteboard to work all together. But as we don't have so much time left for the session, please answer your practice, your experience with using of artificial intelligence. This is all from my side. Who can go on? Maybe Nathan? Great, thank you.
I don't know.
We
if
don't
you,
hear. Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
hear me? Yeah. So I'm Nathan Jardajover. I'm working in the cluster Cara, which is located in France, in Lyon, in the Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes region. And so yeah, I'm using just a bit AI for content writing, especially as you said for pictures, and it's I think really useful to save time on because in our daily work we have a lot of tasks to do, so I think it's nice to have this tool to automate some part of our work to make it seem more simple. And so I prefer to let like my brain focus and concentrated on tasks that are that need more my reflection. So it's nice to like send emails or whatever. So that's how I use them. And across the team, no, I don't really use them, and we don't have like an automated process in our cluster. And that's it, I think. But I know that other colleagues are using that, especially to have also some insight or some ideas on if they have to define or to create a workshop. They say, okay, how can I design a workshop? And the AI can give some ideas. So to start a reflection, this is nice. Or even I know that the communication team, they use it maybe sometimes to also have some ideas to have titles with impact. So yeah, each of us use it in a way or another. Some use Copilot, other ChatGPT. There's also Otter AI or Sana, and it's when you have a meeting, then you have the review that is written directly, and it send it to all the participants of the meeting. So this is nice to have a quick um, review of the meeting, and those who didn't get the chance to meet, they can have also a little something of what happened during the meeting. And that's it.
Thanks, Nathan. Indeed, we also use OpenAI to have a recap of all the meetings we have online. It's very useful to read all the points or even see the video if necessary. So yes, I agree with you. Okay, who is next? Rui, Oliveira, can you? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So good morning to all. My name is Rui Oliveira. I am a project manager at Mobinov, the automotive and mobility Portuguese cluster. And I'm going to speak generally, not only for myself, but for let's say the entire team here at our cluster. We use AI tools, mainly ChatGPT, obviously, for translations, content writing, etc. These tools are used every day by all members, by all colleagues in various tasks. But unfortunately, this is something that we already discussed internally. Some training sessions to improve the use of these AI tools and mainly ChatGPT? And what other AI tools can we implement and use on our daily tasks to assist in our daily activities? So roughly, this is it. Thank you. And apologies, but in a few seconds I will need to leave. Okay.
See, thank you very much. It's nice that you think on for the whole cluster. I mean, you organize such kind of trainings, let's say, right? If I understood correctly. Besides,
well, we are first of all we are going to train ourselves, and then we are going to see what we can do other than that. But yeah, obviously AI is here to stay. And might as well embrace it than ignore it. So yes, we need to let's say, how can I the more experience we have on using, the more sure and the more confident and the better results we can achieve by using it. So yeah, this is our mid long term focus regarding AI tools.
Yeah, great. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sorry for leaving sooner.
Yeah. Thank you. And bye.
Bye.
Okay. Who else can share the experience that you have inside your cluster? Maybe somebody not so shy. I don't know, Frank or Marcin.
Yeah, hello. I can
Hello.
tell you a little bit about it. Yeah, we are using several AI tools for also translation, for rewriting pieces of text. I know the communication department is also using it a lot for writing articles, LinkedIn messages, those kind of things. But also finding directions. If you have to travel to multiple locations in one day. So AI can also help in what is the best company to visit first and which one is next, and looking at traffic jams and those kind of things. So yeah, it just saves a lot of time. It reduces a lot of time to use it, and we are not all using it. Most of us are using it. Some people are really happy about it. Some people think it's not necessary. But each to their own. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Do you think useful to be introduced by each cluster any kind of training of staff internally on specific AI tools to be used?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. But I think it is evolving so fastly, so maybe there are not so it's sometimes it's difficult to find the right people to teach and to give it very important highlights on this point. So this is what we have to do and train in the future. Okay, thank you, Frank. Thank you for sharing. It was my colleague from e-boost partner from Netherlands.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we know because we are partners. So maybe I don't know, Solène or Alexander from Relays or Marcin from Poland can share something. Just 1 minute sharing, and we will close very soon the session.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I can do it probably in less than a minute. I'm from Polish cluster North-South Logistics and Transportation. We are based in Gdańsk in northern Poland. And I don't know whether it has something to do with my age or not, but I have to say so far I didn't manage to go with the revolution and use any AI tools, but the more I hear about them, the more I'm concern about my, I don't know, not so much stubbornness, but lack of using it. So probably when I finally get the time to explore what the AI tools are available and how they can help, I will definitely do it.
Okay, it's a good point that you are thinking about it. I think you should do it and you'll see the difference. Okay, thank you, Marcin. And Alexander from Relays, please, you can speak. And if you want, you can even switch on your camera.
So, hello everybody. My name is Alexander Rother from Rail S. We are a railway association here in Germany, and we often organize events for our members, and therefore we create a lot of invitation text with ChatGPT. So for us, it's very good to get a first idea. How can we describe some events, especially for the specific railway topics? Sometimes it's hard to explain to participants, so we often use it therefore, and we also create images with ChatGPT. It's a good point if we need some specific images for the events. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. I also do it a lot. And thanks to recently this option for image creation inside ChatGPT is also a good tool. And I want you to also to share with you that even this workshop, when I was preparing for it, I was thinking, okay, how should it be organized in a better way? And I raised the question to the ChatGPT. So it was very good to set, to write the right prompt, to ask what exactly are you looking for, what are the goals, what are the participants, and so on. And I can say that I have received such a good result, a good answer, a proposition. How can I organize it? It's a pity that we had less time that we for this workshop, but I can assure you that it should be tried to use. So experience it, not only ChatGPT, I mean any other tools that you can use it, about Canva AI, it's about Perplexity AI. There are a lot of tools, and of course you can search them online or within this AI tool. So you will see how they can do it. Some of them are of course free of charge, some of them for a fee. It's up to you to select which one you want, but you can try and test them. So don't stay at the same place, evolve, because the others do it. And in case you want to be in step with the technologies, to be the one, I mean, as cluster, very developed, very let's say moving smoothly on the during the time. Don't hesitate to use it. I invite you to join our AI event that will take place on the 4th, 5th, and 6th of June in Pisa. So if you want to discover more about that, I will share this slide. So thank you again. Thank you for being today with us. I hope we provided some input, some ideas, or any at least raised your interest in this topic, and an interest like for Marcin to use it, or at least just click and see what it is about. So we are very happy with the results. Thank you very much, and sorry for this more 7 minutes over the schedule. I thank all of speakers. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your interesting presentations, and wish you a good day. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Irina.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Arrivederci.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Arrivederci. Bye.
Bye-bye.